Hello there. I am editing and I wanted to let you know that the sound quality is not great. And that's on letting your guest fiddle with the devices. So stay tuned for us figuring this out in our new space.
Hey, Jen and Amanda, I know you're listening. I bet you're jealous that I'm here with Kelly, my best friend. Bitches. Just kidding. Hello and welcome back to Smut Swap. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kelly. Hello.
Philly.
That's Philly. We have a guest.
Yay!
Yeah.
Our first guest.
Philly doesn't know what we're about to talk about.
Nope.
Okay, so the way that we start this show is I always ask what everybody's reading. So what are you reading, Philly?
Fuck. I think it's Between the Fires. It's like a scary book.
So horror.
Yeah, it's medieval. Yeah,
Oh.
medieval horror.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kelly?
I am reading Side still,
Okay.
and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil.
Oh, I recommended that to her even though I haven't read it yet.
I love it so far.
Oh, good. Okay,
So
this is
good.
great news. I'm reading The Wildflower by J.L. Beck, which is the second Wallflower book, and it's 4 an episode, so
Yay!
bitches and Tony.
Are those okay? So since I'm new here, this is a valid question. Are those like smut books, or are those like?
No, the one book that I am reading is, but Kelly is reading fantasy and dystopian.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
So you guys are just asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a reading podcast, so
Yeah, it's not always about the smut.
Okay.
we don't
Okay.
just talk about beating off all the time, okay? Like,
Like definitely not.
Like, definitely not. Oh, Philly here is one of the co-hosts of our brother show, which is how I reference it. So if you listen to Definitely Not, this is
Yeah.
this is Philly. This is your guy,
This is one of the members. Yeah. I am Brittany.
the producer. Okay. Anything else that we need to
No,
out the gate?
no.
All right, nothing out the gate. Whatever.
And this is and if you're watching, we are in Brittany's new podcast space.
Yeah, I have a new house.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. This is the new space. We will be decorating, so the barren shelves will not be barren for very long.
The echo will vanish at one point.
At one point, when
Yes.
we'll let you know, you'll know. And if you hear my dog barking, she wants to be in here very badly.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, with all that out the way, the Smut Club book of the month was
Caught Up by Navessa Allen.
Yep. And so, do you want me to kick off?
Sure.
All right. We're opening with Junior, who is cleaning up a job he and his brothers were tasked with. The mob wanted them to take out Tommy Franchetti, and Junior was more than happy to oblige because he has been obsessed with Tommy Franchetti's daughter, Lauren, for the past decade. Junior and his brothers are thinking a car into the river and are absolutely covered in blood. So they're going to dump his body in a car in the river. In case you're confused.
No, I'm listening. Sorry, this isn't a confused face. I'm literally listening and I'm taking it all.
That's his listening face. Okay. Not to worry. The boys have been doing this long enough to know that it's imperative to wear black clothing when out on a job. Once the car has successfully been sunk to the bottom of the river, Junior goes home to shower and dispose of the damning evidence, that is his bloody clothing. After he's showered and disposed of his bloody clothing, he logs into his favorite social media app to check on Lauren. Her social media profile features lots of photos of her with minimal clothing, interspersed with random shots of life, such as what she's eating. Junior sees that she's posted a photo of her meeting with a rather conservative councilwoman, and in this photo, Lauren's smiling broadly as she shakes this woman's hand. We learn that Junior essentially blackmailed this woman into meeting with Lauren with threats of exposing her son's booger sugar addiction. Lauren is a sex worker, and part of her philanthropy is what I'm just calling it, is raising awareness for the rights of sex workers. Junior messages Lauren and offers her congratulations for her meeting with the councilwoman and tells her that he's proud of her, and then he requests that she show him how proud of herself she is.
Okay.
How do you think she's going to show him? What are your thoughts?
Okay, so this was a lot. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't think it was. I don't know what I thought. I thought it was gonna be like very like like more poetic, but it was very like, how do you think she's gonna show her how grateful, like show me how grateful, or whatever.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like show me the, she's gonna show pictures of
Yeah.
her pussy.
Oh
my God.
that's,
So-
that's what I think.
I'll put them
Her
down.
coos,
Her
if you will.
coos.
Her coot.
Oh yeah. So we call it her coos and his stick.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely pictures a mega file of the coos.
The coos,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so is this what you thought this would go like?
No.
have you not listened to us?
Yeah.
No, I have, like, okay, and also, like, my friends,
Mhm.
I've sent them, your podcast, and they're like, oh, wait, like, they're funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And so, like, I listened to some, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, and that's it. But it was usually, like, I don't know, I was expecting, like, less, like, I don't know, setup, more like,
Oh.
the hard dick was, like,
No. Okay, so the whole premise of this podcast is we read it so you don't have to. So we take you chapter by chapter through the book.
Okay. Again, it felt like that. It felt like I was like, oh yeah, I'm walking into like a war zone right now. But this is still fun. Yeah. I think she's gonna show pictures of the coos,
The coos.
and he's gonna be grateful. Right?
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. thanks.
Okay.
Okay, well, we cut to chapter 2, which switches to Lauren's perspective. Lauren lives with 2 other individuals, another sex worker whose name is Taylor, and their editor whose name is Ryan. When we open this chapter, Ryan and Lauren are working together on a video for her favorite sub, NT95, in which she is fingering herself on the bed. It's a tough video to edit because Ryan accidentally set off the fire alarm while they were cooking, which caused Lauren to startle in the middle of the video so hard she fell off the bed. Taylor comes in announcing she needs help bleaching her asshole for one of her subs, and Lauren ends up being the loser of Nose. Nose goes
Mhm.
and is forced to help. The roommate situation is ideal, and everyone rotates cooking. Sorry, if you're not watching, Billy is trying to read over Brittany's shoulder.
Okay, really?
Okay, this is really,
Yeah,
it's
what
really
is
funny.
this?
It's really funny because I do this to Kelly,
Yeah.
and she gets so annoyed at me because
Like, stop reading.
I'll start laughing before she gets to the part that's
Oh,
funny.
okay.
So that's why I'm hiding my notes from you.
Okay.
I'll let you read chapter 3 though, if you want.
All right. fair.
Okay.
Okay, so there's talk about bleaching an asshole. As Ryan is showing the girls an edit they made of Lauren falling off her bed in slow-mo, their dog burst in with one of Lauren's sex toys, a whip, in his mouth. She has to lure him with treats. There's a chaotic scene where he knocks her ass to the ground attempting to get the treat. Lauren then helps Taylor bleach her asshole. And while Taylor and Ryan are getting the perfect shot, Lauren starts cooking dinner. We learn that NT95 was her very first subscriber, and they sexed often. In fact, she tells us that she uploads photos daily and a video on Wednesdays, which she's working on as she cooks. She and NT95 are messaging about the coming video and the personal video she made for him. Once dinner is done, the 3 friends sit down to eat, and the chapter closes with Lauren's phone ringing.
Okay.
So lots happening
There you go. You
in
can read.
chapter 2.
I
did not
He has no idea what's happening, but he's gonna read.
That was a lot, by the way. Like, what
Oh,
the fuck?
bleaching of the asshole and
Yeah.
fingering herself on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, it was the thing that kind of like I think all of that's very fitting. And then the dog brings in the whip.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
what? That's gonna be a big dog to bring in a
It
fucking.
is.
What is it?
I forget, but his name's Walter.
And he's a big dog.
Yeah, he
I
is a
wanna
big
say,
dog.
Like,
Do you know the name of the dog?
Yeah.
The dog. Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if it's ever said what type of dog.
I want to say Great Dane, but that might not
I
be
don't
right.
know. Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, leave a comment below if you know.
This is a lot. Now thinking about it, I'm really stuck without a paddle here, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
He's
have
gonna
fun.
stick it out.
I
Yeah.
feel like this book was a lot though.
It was
so
a
it's
lot.
gonna feel like from chapter to chapter, it's
Mhm.
like how much more extreme can we go?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Promise.
awesome. All right. Junior's back in his apartment after completing another job. He's covered in blood again. This time some of it is his. Ooh. He didn't jump out of the way of someone swinging their knife, so he got cut on the stomach. He showers before dressing his wound. Then he settles in to watch the private video he paid Lauren for. He makes it to the point where she's starting to take her shirt off when he decides to pause the video and call his father. That is fucking weird. I've had that happen to me where it's like there's something going where it's like I'm in the middle of something and someone gives me a phone call. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like it just ruins the whole day. You know, because it's like you're not supposed to associate the two separate houses.
Yeah.
But to voluntarily go like, I need to call my dad.
Now's the perfect time.
I just saw the craziest coups. I just
Let me call my dad.
fucking weirdo, Junior. He wants to know if anyone has broken the news that her dad is missing. Junior's father tells him he better not be asking for any reason to do with Tommy's whore daughter, which makes Junior super mad, and he points out that this is why patricide is a thing. Did I fuck that up?
Nope.
Patricide. Alright,
You know what
swag.
patricide is?
No.
That's when you kill your father.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember that.
Sorry, I gotta just make sure that my English degree doesn't go to waste.
I
Howdy.
like that
Howdy.
actually. That's from
Thank
Peacemaker on HBO. Okay, they end up getting off the phone, and Junior watches the rest of the video. He tells us he paid extra for her to talk to her. So the whole scene that she's laid out for him involves him talking to her and her answering back to the point where he's worried that he paid for a live session with her because of how well the conversation flows. As he's watching the video that she prepared, especially for him, he's beating his meat. Is that what you fucking... Wait, you wrote this, right? First of all, these are very well detailed, but also he's beating his meat.
He's excited.
He concludes his chapter telling us that it's time for a new chapter in his life to start, and he's done fucking around on the internet like some weirdo, and then he needs to see Lauren in person.
Yeah, I typed beating his meat. And it's not the craziest thing I've typed into my phone.
No, I understand. That was a lot, bro. This is
I told you.
this is a lot. This is fun, but this is a lot.
You wanted to be. The only thing that I ask is that I get to read chapter 13's notes, okay? So no
Go
matter
for
where
it,
we
yes.
are, I
They're
get chapter
yours.
13.
They are
Okay.
yours.
We end up at Saturday Mass with Junior and his family, specifically his brother Alec. I forget which order the brothers are in. I don't know where Alec falls in the line. And their mom. Mom is surprised to see Junior there and kind of lectures him about why he doesn't come more often. He tells us that he's at Mass today because he knows Lauren will be there. And because he saw her getting dolled up to go to church with her grandma. What?
Come, like regular come? Like I'm gonna come over to
Yeah, come. Yeah, come.
Okay.
Not
Not
come.
Steve.
I was literally
See,
asking, I don't know.
Why don't you join me at church more often? Anyway, the way this church is set up is essentially that the first few pews are reserved for those members of the congregation whose last names end with a vowel, the Italians.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Junior knows that Lauren and her grandmother will be sitting in the pew adjacent to his and his family's pew. He sees her enter the building out of his periphery and patiently waits for her to notice him. Alec ends up calling her name, which draws her attention over to Junior. He spirals into thoughts of her video from last night before and the various ways in which he would like to get her there, if you will. If you will.
If you will.
In the church, as he's fantasizing, he feels his mom's elbow like digging into his side, and he realizes it's time for them to start speaking. We go through the rest of the Mass, and there's a point where he catches Lauren looking at him, so he winks at her and notices that she looks really mad after that. When Mass is over, Alec tells Junior to stay away from Lauren, that he's just looking for an old place. I'm so sorry. Oh, after Mass is over, Alec kind of tells Junior to stay away from Lauren, that he's just looking out for an old friend. Junior tells him, don't try to pull the protective friend bullshit with me. You haven't talked to her since she left school. And then Alec's asking him exactly what he's up to. Alec won't tell him, and Junior's like, that's what I thought. Don't get between me and Lauren, and I won't interfere with whatever business you have going on then. Alec is then going to run interference for him. And then Junior kind of stalks after Lauren, who's heading towards the bathrooms.
Okay, wait, so Lauren, they were on an online session, right?
She doesn't know it's him.
She doesn't know it's him, but he knows it's her.
Yes.
This is a second chance romance.
Second chance romance?
Yeah, do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, second chance romance is when the pair have a history together, but obviously it didn't work out.
Okay.
So they hooked up in high school,
Oh.
and now they're adults.
Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
will get more into that.
So they're adults.
Yeah.
Okay.
Promise they're adults.
Okay.
They are in their 30s.
Yeah.
No, it just sounds like by adults you mean like young adults or like older
late
adults?
20s, early 30s.
Oh.
Because I'm assuming that the 95 in NT95 is his birth year.
No, I know they're both in their 30s on this one.
Okay, for sure.
I actually think. Shit, am I missing it? I might be mixing it up with another book.
Oh, there she goes. She was positive too.
I was positive, then I'm like, wait, I'm thinking of the other one.
And again, my dog wants to be in here desperately.
Bro, I'll be honest, I stopped winking at people when I was like 20. Like it just stopped being
because you're not an Italian man.
It just stopped being like cool. Like I don't know. Like
Or Mr. Mumbles. Hey, sweetie.
Oh God.
Is that Mr. Mumbles?
Why'd you bring him up? Abby, if you're listening.
Pat, if you're listening, you know what's up.
Pat and Tony. You know who we're talking about.
Hey Tony.
Alright, so chapter 5. When Lauren exits the bathroom, Junior is standing there with one foot propped against the wall, waiting for her. He tilts his head to the side to look at her, and they go back and forth a little bit before he grabs her by the waist and spins her around and pins her hands above her head by the wrists. She's kind of arching into him, talking in her own head about how she's probably been possessed by the spirit of a dead nun who spent her whole life in celibacy and is begging to get fucked one good time as a reason for why she's arching her body into Junior. We don't know what happened while they were in high school yet, but we do know that Lauren still has a grudge for whatever happened between them. Alec is standing guard, and she talks shit to him before kneeing Junior in the thigh. She was aiming for his balls. And finally walking away to go back to her grandmother. Once she makes it back to the coffee hour, her Nana asks if those boys were giving her a hard time and threatened to sick Moira on them. That's their mom.
Pause. Come on.
Wait, so wait. Like a nun?
So he grabs her when he sees her come out of the bathroom and kind of pins her against the wall.
Okay.
But she's like arching into him and she's just like thinking to herself, okay, I must be like possessed by some horny nun because why am I arching into him like this?
Yes, okay.
When I hate
like a cat in heat.
When I hate this.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lauren tells her Nana that she can handle herself and then Nana wants to introduce her to her friends. By this time, Lauren makes it back to her house and her roommates. I don't know what you mean by this.
By the time.
The comma threw me off. Okay. By the time Lauren makes it back to her house and her roommates, she's exhausted from Saturday Mass. When she comes into the living room, she finds Ryan and Taylor rewatching Love Island. They ask how it went. She face plants into the Chase Lounge and they're like, oh, that good? Ryan asks what happened and she tells him that Junior was there. Ryan gets up saying they'll need mimosas for the story, while Taylor is like, who the hell is Junior? We learned that Ryan and Lauren met when she entered her senior year of high school at her second high school, but that they didn't meet Taylor until 5 years later, at which point Junior was fully dead to Lauren. So Taylor is not up to par with the Junior lore at
She
this
doesn't know
point.
what's going on. Okay. Do you want to read another chapter or?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like being surprised.
You
This
just
is,
like
very, this is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it is interesting. I'm
Well,
just kind of shocked.
really, what did you expect for a podcast called Smut Swap?
I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. I've never read a romantic novel, so I've never.
That's your last dog.
Yeah, no, go for it. It's awesome.
In chapter 6, Lauren walks Ryan and Taylor through exactly what happened between her and Junior. Essentially, they flirted back and forth for a few weeks leading up to this fundraiser that their church was hosting. And during the fireworks, he pulled her behind this tree, kissed her, and then fingered her until she climaxed as fireworks were going off overhead. And something about the potential that they'd be caught really did something for her. This continued for a couple weeks, but then her friend Kelly found her diary and read all of her entries about what happened between Lauren and Junior and got jealous and posted photos of the diary entries on Instagram. Lauren tells us that Kelly was also interested in Junior, Wow.
I
Adam,
am.
you hear that? So it really was strictly from a place of jealousy that she posted this stuff. To further humiliate Lauren, Kelly also told everybody at school that Lauren wrote fanfic under a fake name, further implying that she's simply a slut. It was too bad for Lauren that she ended up skipping school for a week to take her finals at home and transferring to a different school for her senior year. She tells Taylor that there's no reason to ride at dawn for her because Kelly got what was coming for her. Apparently, the school found a pound of weed in her backpack.
A pound is a lot.
It is a lot.
A pound of weed?
So much. And then when the cops searched her house, they found more marijuana. So the story about it not being hers didn't really corroborate with the evidence. She tells her roommates about what happened at church today and how she was overtaken by a horny nun. Ryan says they're going to fix that. They're going out to a club tonight. She offers to take their dog Walter out for a walk now, as long as one of the roommates will take Walter for a walk before they, leave for the club. And Ryan agrees that they're going to walk the dog before they end up going to the club. As she's leaving to walk the dog, she sees this man on a motorcycle. This isn't the first time that she's seen this man, but she tells us that she's never seen his face because he's always wearing his full riding kit. And she hasn't gotten laid in a really long time because she's like, I want him. No face, but she wants him.
Something about that bod, I guess.
Something about that mask always does it to him.
All right, chapter 7. Obviously, Motorcycle Man is Junior. Did you see that coming?
I did. I was like, this is, yeah, okay, yeah.
He found out where Lauren lives by slipping a tracker into her purse at the church earlier. He says he already knew where she lived, but this will help him keep tabs on her when she's on the move, like she is now as she walks the dog. As he's watching her, he gets a text from his father with just the word now, which is the emergency code. He takes a long way to get home for one more glimpse of Lauren. As it turns out, Dad wanted Junior and Alec to bury something. We don't know what it is but the boys speculate anyway. One suggests a head and one suggests it's lead-lined, whatever it is. Junior speculates that his brother may be on drugs. As they're working, Junior takes a break to read a message from Lauren to her fans. It's a photo of her scantily clad in a fancy bathroom, suggesting that if her followers send a tip, she'll show them more. So Junior tips her and sends her a picture, and she sends a picture of her tits. He's falling into a fantasy when Alec interrupts, asking about Lauren at the church and what exactly Junior said to her to make her threaten to tase Alec in the face. Junior lies, saying he doesn't really know. Alec thinks Junior should apologize to Lauren for ruining her life. Junior tells us he used to think he ruined her life, but has changed his tune over time. Okay.
You guys don't have a word for tits? Like,
No.
it's just coos and stick?
Just cruise and stick.
Okay.
You got one for us?
No.
To help us out. He uses the tracker to follow her to a kink club.
Oh,
$20.
wait. Also, yes, I do spend $20 a month on ChatGPT. But I was going to say, so he set the tracker?
Yeah.
At the church.
At the church. Like, okay. All right.
And he pinned her to a wall. I mean, there's a lot going on with this
He
dude.
basically humped his leg in the damn church. Yeah, it's a little wild. So she writes
That's a
about like men who stalk their women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Both of them are stalker romance.
Oh, it's kind of like you, but no murder yet.
Yes.
Sure. Anyway,
Kinda.
he
I mean, he's a mafia guy, so
let that go until the end before we finally told him that this man's in the mafia.
My bad.
I didn't get those vibes at all.
You didn't?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
I forget what character confronted him about.
Like his brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, if anyone talks to me like that, I'm just not gonna listen. I'll be like, what? Okay, I'm gonna pay her extra for double tits or coos or whatever.
Give me that. Yeah.
Double
Double
coos. Yeah.
coos.
And this is a reference to the book. I don't really talk like that.
Yeah, he does. He uses the tracker to follow her to a kink club. He can see that she's on the second floor of this club, and so he goes on Reddit and reads about this specific club, which is called Velvet. He pulls up Google and ends up calling the club to see if he can come in next week. The woman on the other end of the phone tells him that it's a members-only club, so he hangs up on her, calls his dad's IT guy to ask if the fake ID that was given to him has any sort of legs to stand on. IT guy tells him it does have legs, going so far as to say that there's a social security number attached to it, as well as medical records, and that's good enough for Junior. He goes to the club, gives his fake ID, allows them to run the background check on him, and then he makes his way inside. He knows Lauren is still on the second floor, so he's going up there. The rooms are all called different things, and he can see that Lauren is in the room that's called Watch. He goes into the room and sees her sitting in the front row next to another man, and he's like, I can remove him by force, or I can remove him by coercion. I'm going to go with coercion because there's a lot of people in this room. He walks up to the man and tells him, you're sitting in my seat. That was my place. This man seems confused, and Junior... man seems confused. Junior's using reverse psychology on the man, trying to convince him to give up his seat. You're in my seat, you're in my seat. Lauren immediately clocks the tattoos on Junior's hand and asks him why he's there. He ends up apologizing to her, not only for what happened at the church earlier that morning, but also for what happened between them all those years ago. She asks him if she was in danger back then. He confirms the suspicion that she has. He's still holding onto her hand as they're talking, but she pulls away, and he appreciates that she knows her worth. And then it's time for the show to begin. Enter a very tall man and a very petite woman.
Wait, what? That's what. Okay.
And the man kneels at the woman's feet.
Mm-hmm.
Junior overhears another person watching say something to the effect of that level of devotion or nothing. And he's starting to feel uncomfortable that he's in here watching something so intimate happen on this stage, but he also can't seem to look away.
All right. So Lauren wants Junior to leave because she's afraid that he'll embarrass her. At least that's what she tells herself. In reality, she wants him to leave because she's afraid she'll jump his bones if he doesn't leave. We learn that Lauren is an investor/shareholder for Velvet and that Watch is her favorite room. The couple on stage are a married couple who have theater backgrounds, so they know just how to put on a show. And boy, do they. This chapter is dedicated to the foreplay, and Lauren jumps between watching Morgan and Stephanie to watching Junior's stick get harder as the show progresses. Audience members begin to participate, and by the time Stephanie has climaxed, Junior looks at Steph with blown out pupils, and she realizes that she's truly fucked.
Stephanie and Morgan are the couple on stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No thoughts?
It's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, what did I agree to?
So he came or no?
No.
Okay.
He is just pitching a tent at this
He just
point.
pitched a tent. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Cool. The stick.
And Lauren's excited that he is turned on
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and not embarrassed by this.
Awesome.
All right, so the married couple end up fucking in front of everyone. Lauren and Junior are both turned on but refuse to succumb to it like the people surrounding them. So they're watching and all these people are like getting it on or messing around.
Recon.
So you can hear all the noises and smells like sex up in here. Like full on show. Once it's over, Stephanie and Morgan thank the crowd and Lauren tries to bolt. Junior follows her, calling out to her, "Run, Lauren!" And she does. I don't think he says it that cutely like I just did.
He goes, "Run, Lauren!"
Yes, you're right. He catches after her and ends up pinning her to a wall in the stairwell, rubbing his boner on her and all. Apologizing to her again for everything. He tells her he beat up the principal because he refused to punish the bullies at their school, and he planted drugs on Kelly. He tells her he would do it again, and worse if she asked. She tells him she doesn't want him to do any of that, and then tells him she wants him to grovel. For a moment, his temper gets the better of him, but he reminds himself this is Lauren. And ultimately, he ends up sinking to his knees in front of her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
After he grovels, she lets him finger blast her in the hallway. Damn near immediately climaxing and then turning around and doing it again. She tells us this is nothing like the Junior from her teenage years. Duh. This Junior has a man's knowledge and desires. Fucking vomit. They're interrupted by her roommates checking that she's all right and letting her know that Sylvia, who's like Velvet's manager, has called a meeting in her office. Sex clubs aren't allowed to own their own spaces, so they have to rent this space from a landlord who wants to up their rent for the third time this year. They're all in Sylvia's office trying to come up with a plan of action to keep Velvet up and running. Taylor thinks they should just off the landlord, and Lauren's like, hey, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Let's just kill him.
What is this fucking book? It just went from like a fucking these two actors. They're like, oh, we know how to put on a show, but they actually start fucking, and then the whole room starts fucking. He chases after Lauren, and then now they're talking about full-scale murder.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that you're keeping up.
Again, we don't know what the plot is.
Yeah,
it's just everything.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's
This is
literally
great.
everything. Okay, so the next chapter, the trio are off shopping for a new venue for Velvet to be housed in and chatting about how hot Junior is and the groveling and finger-banging debacle. Ryan is very opposed to this sordid affair, while Taylor fully supports. She's like, so the stalking? Creepy or hot? Which Ryan shuts down immediately as creepy. They end up in a cafe and talk shits from Lauren and Junior, much to Lauren's relief, to a super weird request Taylor got from a sub. He apparently wants her to coat herself in olive oil and surround herself with herbs and veggies and baste herself like a turkey. Ryan tells her this man is into cannibalism, and Taylor freaks out. Lauren asks her if it's her first one, and Taylor is like, first one? What do you mean first one?
That's supposed to say tells her.
Lauren tells her that this goes against the policy of me for you, and that she needs to block this individual and then report them. The company will want proof, so she'll need to take screenshots of everything that man has said to her. And Lauren also offers to help Taylor through this. In this moment, Lauren remembers that Taylor is super new to work and makes it her mission to help educate her a little bit more. We also learn in this chapter that Taylor and her sister Tasha were adopted by a white couple who were unable to have children. And while Tasha was the perfect daughter, now turned out...
I don't know, just something about Taylor was always the disappointment.
And I remember this part, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is there a whole chapter about cannibalism?
Cannibalism?
I'm like, why is this a thing? Why is this
Pray tell.
an area of conflict? I don't understand.
So this is the part where you would have found out that Junior is part of the mob.
Okay.
Because Junior's in the back of a van with a bunch of Italian men who are mob members, seeking out fucking rat. And that's why I had to read this chapter, because I needed to say rat like that. Stefan and Alec are also in on the operation. Stefan is one of the other brothers.
Fucking rat.
Stefan is scouting and Alec's ready to jump the rat when the time comes. As they're waiting for the go-ahead, Alex starts crying about Lauren, and all the guys start hounding on Junior. Mm-hmm. They suggest everything from flowers and chocolates to proposing to get Junior back into Lauren's good graces. Yeah, proposing. When the signal finally comes for Stefan, Junior is like, thank fucking God, I gotta be away from this subject. As he's coming back to his family home, he crosses paths with his father. They don't really speak to each other. Makes his way up to his room. He pulls out Lauren's journal that he took from Kelly after putting the cops on her for the drug raid, you know. Mm-hmm. He's read her journal many times and really regrets how everything went down afterward. He reads all of her fan fiction about the two of them, pointing out that there is a fantasy that they never enacted in which they meet at an arcade and she gives him head in a camera booth as it takes pictures of them together.
I don't...
Because they were teenagers.
Okay, alright,
They're nasty little teenagers.
Yeah.
No, but you could just sit at a photo booth and then, I don't know, it's like, you want to play Galaga and then give me head? Yeah, I just, okay, sorry.
Well, he's trying to come up with a plan for how he's going to win Lauren over with some sort of grand gesture, and he's thinking that the journal might be the key to redeeming himself. He gets an alert on Me For You. It's a message from Lauren with her hands covering herself only barely, spread on her bed with the phrase, feeling slutty tonight. He tips her, and then she sends him another photo where she has one hand pinching a nipple and the other between her legs with the phrase, wish these were your hands instead. He tells us that if he gets his way, he'll have his hands on her soon enough.
He's at a loss for words.
No, I'm just...
He doesn't know what to think.
It's just
I mean, I don't, like... I don't want to out myself, but at the same time, I mean, like, just from what I understand, like on the Reddit sphere,
Mm.
people don't talk like that. Like they don't really talk like that. Like the wait, what was that line that she said?
Feeling
Feeling
slutty.
slutty tonight.
Feeling slutty.
Feeling slutty, might a week later.
It is engaging though. I will admit, it's keeping me. I'm like, all right, what's next? Like what else is going on?
I feel like, okay, so sometimes talk to text can do me a little dirty,
Mhm.
and that's why sometimes the sentences don't make a lot of sense.
Okay.
But I feel like I just write my notes really funny.
They're good. I love your notes. And normally, so for Smut Swap, normally one of us has read the
Yeah.
book, and then we'll tell each other.
Mhm.
This is our episode for our book club, so we both read.
Mhm.
So we tend to go in tandem.
I gotcha.
So it's
Yeah.
fun.
So next time we record, it would just be a book that I read or she read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
If you come by again,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good.
If
No,
you-
because you guys are choke slamming this right now. You guys are like, this is exactly what he means by this, and so I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Okay.
We were in the author's head when she was writing this.
We were there.
Yeah, we were like, hey, don't write that. Change it. Backspacing over.
He was in the mafia because there's Italians there. Italians get. Wait, what did you say? Finding a rat.
Fucking rat. This is the dog walker's brother's rat.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's a joke, and I will show you all the clip. Kelly's in the clip. I'll show you the clip later.
Okay, so Taylor dipped out to sleep over at her boyfriend's house, even though it's her night to cook. That bitch.
She always does that.
Lauren walks into their kitchen, contemplating what she's going to order from DoorDash, using Taylor's login, and finds Ryan sitting at the counter eating cereal. She pointed out that they're awfully late, and they responded with they were working on somebody else's editing. She tells them that they're burning the candle at both ends, and they agree. She suggests that they hire somebody to help, and they agree. And we're going to say they a lot because this
Ryan's
person
non-binary.
non-binary.
Okay.
Which got a little confusing as I was reading, but
Sorry.
it makes sense after a while. No,
Yeah.
not your notes.
Oh, yeah.
The book itself.
I know, I had to keep reminding myself because it's tough because I feel like you listen to the audiobook, I also listen to the audiobook. Without reading like along in my physical book, it would have gotten confusing because it's still a man's voice reading for
Yes.
Ryan. So I was having a hard time like
Trying to picture what
yeah.
this person looked like. I don't know if they're ever really described either.
I don't think so either.
Lauren comes up with a suggestion that the new editor, so this person is getting a new editor for videos, and I guess Ryan, what's the other name?
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan is seeming a little interested, so Lauren suggests that they
must be hot.
must be hot. Where the fuck am I? Sorry, edit this out. Okay. Lauren comes up with a suggestion that the new editor must be hot, and that the pair actually buckle down and come up with a list of interview questions to ask, as well as qualities that they're looking for in a new editor. As they're talking, Lauren's phone goes off with a message. NT95 wants to meet her and is offering her $5,000 to do so. She feels crestfallen because not only is NT95 her favorite subscriber, but she feels like they're also her friend. She points him to her using adults and tells him that she's not meeting him in person. He counters with 7,000. He also sends her a picture of her journal, so from her high school days. This is where she realizes that NT95 is Junior, and that he has her journal, and that the location that he sent her is the arcade from the final entry. Ryan tells her that they'll be able to support her and protect her with Taylor and Walter in tow. She asks Ryan if they'll judge her for meeting him, and Ryan tells her never. They promise to be there with a baseball bat, which is like Junior. Sorry, do you want to finish this part?
Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. Ryan promises that they're going to be there with a baseball bat, and Junior should be worried if Ryan shows up with a baseball bat because Ryan played baseball all through high school and they had a killer swing. And then she accepts the meeting.
Okay, so she's meeting up with him, but as long as the homies are there
Yeah.
with protection.
With the baseball bat and the dog.
And she's gonna make $7,000.
Yeah.
And the
from this
dog?
meeting.
And the dog.
Okay.
The dog doesn't like strange men.
Well, and $7,000? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's like, hell yeah. Yeah. And I get my journal back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he shows up at the arcade as planned, and he has to kind of clear it up a bit because the arcade closed during the pandemic and is still looking a little crusty, dusty, and creepy. So Lauren shows shortly after, and he calls out to her from inside the arcade, telling us that if this creeps her out and she's not willing to meet him here, she's not ready for him. She comes in anyway, they end up talking, eventually making their way over to her favorite game, Powder Mountain. He produces quarters so she can play, and she ends up dying very quickly. He offers to help, and she dies immediately, and then she's like, it's not because you were distracting me, you know, making excuses. Ultimately, she does admit it was him causing her distraction, and then he produces the journal. She tells him he should have burnt it. They end up making their way over to the photo booth, and once inside, he kisses her. She's ready to give him head, but he's like, no. Gets her out of her shorts and devours her. That's what they said. She's surprised at how good he is at this. She wants to know.
And him devouring her coup?
Him devouring the coos.
Okay.
She wants to know where he learned this. He's like, I would have fucking told you that. That's weird. He tries to convince her to meet again, and at first she resists, but then finally agrees to meet with him at Velvet on Friday, where she tells him she has more she wants to show him.
Very interesting. And I think when they're playing the game, he's like behind her.
Yeah.
And getting a boner?
Like first time
Or
caller.
like grinding against her? I don't know. It's odd.
It's like in first time caller when they're doing a skee ball.
Yes.
Lucy's guiding Maiden's hand.
The reverse guy.
No, reverse.
Well, she's behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, so next chapter, not much happens. There's a lot of banter amongst the roommates with Ryan and Taylor, teasing Lauren for exuding sex hormones from Junior going down on her in the arcade. They tease Ryan about hiring an editor, and when they mention the person in question hasn't applied, the girls suggest Ryan should just reach out to him. There's also a play slap fight amongst the three. I don't know, it's odd.
Ridiculous.
When it's finally time for Junior and Lauren to meet at Velvet, Junior texts that he's running late, and Lauren is disappointed to be stood up. She's in the bondage room tonight, and Sylvia and Moira are the entertainers. She tells us it's going to be hell watching this particular show alone.
Junior can't go to Velvet on time because his dad called an impromptu family dinner. Allie and Josh make a guest appearance, this book taking place after they're engaged. Allie and Josh are the main characters from the previous book that we both read,
Okay.
that we liked.
Okay.
Yes.
Highly
recommend.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny.
It is.
Oh,
It
okay.
is actually really funny. This is where Josh intros Allie as his fiance, and she steps out of the car, flashing her ring like a goddamn queen she is. Nico decides to break out the good champagne and then starts making demands about Allie and Josh getting married in his garden in June. He seems to think Allie will change her mind, and Allie finally snaps at him, yelling that she's not going to change her mind and to fuck off. Nico then attempts to out Josh's secrets about his dad because no one knows that his dad is the Ken doll killer, but Junior and Nico. Allie finally bends to his will, and then she and Josh end up leaving, apologizing to the mom for not being able to stay. Once they're gone, Nico tells Junior that he's being promoted in front of the other brothers, and that's to everyone's surprise. Junior really wants out, but he can't let his father know that, so he's like, I guess I'll just accept the promotion.
I don't really remember all of this part because it didn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
it literally
doesn't
matters
ever
not.
come up later.
Nope, not fleshed out any
Okay.
further.
So when Junior shows up to Velvet, he sees that Lauren is flanked by two individuals, one of whom is the same man that he stole the seat from last time. He walks up to her and doesn't even give her a chance to say hi before he starts kissing her. He thinks that she'll push him away and is surprised when she pulls him closer. This man is kind of
Affronted.
affronted that Junior, who walked in to start making out with Lauren immediately. Junior pulls away long enough to tell him to fuck off, and then they're kissing again. He is introduced to Ryan and Taylor, the latter of whom is immediately taken by him, telling Lauren he could stay. They ended up back in the voyeur room, but this time they're in the back. Junior is perplexed by this, but doesn't say anything. When the show starts, it's a black couple on stage, dressed only in robes. They start their show off with some sensual kissing, and Junior thinks if this is all that they're here to watch, he's going to be bored. He finally notices that not only can he see the stage, but also every single other person in the room. and is torn between watching what's happening on stage and what's happening with the other patrons. When the woman on stage removes her robe, he sees that her nips are pierced and she has a chain that runs between the nips and her legs. The man tugs on the chain and the woman goes to her knees to pleasure him. Junior also notices that the man's weenie is pierced multiple times.
You wrote weenie.
Yeah, he did.
You didn't write stick. How
I'm
dare
sorry.
you?
I'm sorry. Last time I was like his battering ram with a pee-pee.
And it's pierced multiple times, like 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not that I see a lot of peens, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in real life.
Yeah, me either.
So the woman who is on her knees takes him bear bell by bear bell, and then another woman comes out to join them, and Junior realizes it's a threesome. At this point, Lauren is damn near touching Junior's stick. There you go.
Yep.
And he's afraid that she's going to take it out of his pants in front of everyone. She leans over to him and says, "Whatever I want, whenever I want it." Essentially, it's throwing the words that Junior said to her back at him. He nods at her, saying, "Whatever you want," and then she pulls his stick out of his pants in front of the whole room of strangers. But mind you, they're in the back, so they really...
Who cares?
Nobody's watching
No
them.
one's looking. The show is up front, people. She asks him if she could put it in her mouth, but doesn't press him too hard because she wants him to decide. He barely hesitates before he nods at her, so she ends up blowing him in the room in front of everybody and tickling her bits in the midst of working him. She senses the tension in the room ramping up to the peak of the scene everyone's watching, so she knows the moment penetration happens and picks up her pace to match. He gives her a warning before he arrives, and she pulls away long enough for him to pour it all down her throat. She's having a hard time reaching her own climax, so he hoists her up onto his lap and she dry humps him until she finally gets there. All it took was Junior biting her nip.
That's all it takes.
Simple. Easy.
I don't think he was expecting all these details. Did you warn him?
No.
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 I just was like, oh, Kelly's here.
No, I'm not uncomfortable. It's just like, what? Like, I don't know. I'm just.
You know what, ladies and Tony are bad for having a man on here.
That's ladies and. I think it might be just because I'm not experiencing like
He's a
reading
prude.
it. I'm
We're
def-
sorry,
prude.
Philly is a prude.
He's a
I'm
prude.
definitely not a prude. I'm just like, what? Okay.
Have you ever been to a sex club?
I
There's one
can't.
in Chicago. It's called Avalon.
Have you? Leave a comment below.
Yes, leave a comment below. No, I've been to a speakeasy that was kind of like on the other side of that. It was very adjacent, but
Kelly knows somebody who found a glory hole somewhere
where? Okay.
in Chicago.
In the Chi-Town.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like for men only.
Ah,
Like a
Did
gay,
you know there are
like a
women
gay
glory
sex
holes?
club.
what?
There are woman glory holes. May I direct you to an episode of our podcast where we discuss female glory holes?
Oh, okay. That's
It's
cool.
called You Get One Life. That's the episode title.
It's not the name of the book.
No, it's not. The book is Forget Your Morals by Sarah Blue.
You get one life.
You get one life, and it's your cousin.
Oh my god, it is your cousin.
What's his
Isn't
cousin?
Adoption.
Yeah.
Not birth.
Trigger warning, adoption.
And cousin love.
Hmm.
Anyways, so the pair make their way to a tiny alcove to order drinks and hang out after the show's over. She's sitting in his lap as they talk, and soon they're interrupted by Taylor telling Lauren that Sylvia wants to meet later. This is when Lauren tells Junior about the raise in rent and possibility of finding a new place for the club. As they continue to talk, his phone rings with his dad calling to send him on an errand. Junior is annoyed and suggests he send Alec instead, to which his dad hangs up.
Typical.
Typical. Talk turns to Junior getting out and how his dad wants to expand into some olive oil scheme, question mark. And Lauren asks what he plans to do when he gets out. He tells her he could run a business and then asks her what she's going to do when she's done camming, which immediately insults her. She gets mad and he can't backpedal no matter how hard he tries. A scuffle breaks out with a drunk man, which, kind of ends that tense situation. This drunk man's trying to come in and have sex with someone. The bouncers are having no luck getting the man out. So Junior takes over and we are He promptly breaks the man's nose and dislocates his shoulder. Lauren tells Junior he has to leave because there's a no violence policy, so I guess
That's it.
rape's fine. This guy
Yeah,
can come in and
he
just
can come
rape
in and just
people.
rape people. But the second
That's
you rape his
fine.
nose, it's over.
Out the door. Junior, so he has to leave. There's no violence policy, and he tries to argue with her for a little bit, and she tells him to just go. So he gets his phone and leaves, but not before telling Lauren that he spent the last 10 years protecting her.
Wow.
Wow.
As it turns out, when Junior went to grab his phone, he accidentally took Lauren's. She tells him to bring it back, and he tells her, "No, I'm halfway across town. I'll give it back to you tomorrow." And then he hangs up on her.
Shantae Donut.
Lauren opens a bottle of champagne from the bar Lauren ordered a bottle of champagne from the bar the night before, so she wakes up in Hangover City, but goes to meet with her and Nona anyway. They've got to go to church to get the damn phone. While they're at the coffee shop, Nona scandalizes everyone, calling Lauren's dad a cunt and talking about how she wishes she'd slutted it up before settling down with Lauren's Nona.
She's like, when you
No,
get
I'm
married,
sorry.
you're,
Mhm.
you get one man for the rest of your life.
Talk also includes Tommy really being missing, and why Kristen, that's Lauren's sister, didn't end up telling Lauren, and how tires for 3 vehicles were slashed in the parking lot of the church, and it just happened to be the 3 bitches who were talking shit behind Lauren's back the day that Junior and Lauren reconnected. Why this matters, no one knows.
We don't know. Okay, so Junior doesn't show at church, so Lauren is getting mad. After Mass, she's sitting with Nona and her biddies yapping away when Junior's phone starts ringing. She sees it's her number calling, so she answers, to which Junior tells her to come find him. She finds him in a confessional booth where they end up making out. As they're kissing, they hear a few men talking about baseball, and things between the pair start to escalate at this point. He puts the tip of his stick in her and then tittles her bits. She tells us she's never had to be quiet before, and this is her most powerful O to date. He's also choking her at this point and telling her not to make a sound.
Mm-hmm.
He then finishes all over her legs. So romantic.
In the confessional. What is this, priest?
This is it. This is exactly what I thought it was gonna be, like more romantic sleuth, kind of like, oh, and then the thing happened with the time and the place. But this is like, yo, the dick went in and the cum came out. Like, I think
All down her legs.
that's there you go. That's what it was. I envisioned something completely different.
You
That's
thought it was sweet. No. What
Wow.
This is pure smut.
Yeah. Filth only.
This is the land of filth. That's the name for the room.
Yeah, the filth. The land of filth.
As they're winding down, they hear Junior's parents talking to the priest right outside the confessional. So he rights himself and strides out like nothing happened, leading them away. He makes an excuse that he was napping in the confession booth. Lauren ends up waiting 10 minutes in the booth after cleaning herself up, and then comes out to Nona sitting there with a shit-eating grin. I think she found some, used tissues in
Or
her purse or
something.
something, and,
just
took care of business.
Put her legs down. We know she didn't have a wet wipe in there.
Ugh.
So her legs are sticky.
Smelling I think of the next person that enters that
Yeah.
confessional. What are they
God.
thinking? What's that smell in here? What are these
Father-
tissues doing?
Father Tyler Bell, is that you? That's the priest from Priest. So Junior and Josh are hanging out in this chapter, and they're having this heart to heart. Junior still doesn't seem to know much about Josh outside of the fact that he's a stellar hacker, so he's thanking Josh for his help. They end up talking about Junior wanting out of the mob, his feelings for Lauren, how complicated everything is. We also get a silly glimpse into Josh interacting with the cats, which was pretty much my favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
I love Josh and the cats. Actual cats, okay?
Okay. No.
We know where your head is.
I believed you. No, okay.
Josh is convinced that Junior's in love with Lauren, and Junior admits that he was as a teenager, but he doesn't really have any adult relationships to compare it to. He tells Josh Lauren wants casual, and if that's how he can have her, he's going to have to settle for casual. Josh suggests he invite Lauren to his and Ali's engagement party and promises that Junior is going to be the only member of the Troche family who's there.
Lauren has another request from NT95. She goes back and forth about whether to open it or not, and Taylor makes the decision for her. The request is for $10,000 to go to the barbecue with Junior. Lauren hands Ryan her phone and tells them to deny it. And isn't Lauren mad at him still?
Yeah, she's mad at him.
Even though they hooked up
for
in
the confession thing.
Oh, gotcha. It's dumb.
It is dumb, sorry.
Ryan asks if she's sure, and as soon as they hit deny, a knock sounds on the door. This sets everyone off, including the dog. They grab their weapons, Taylor notably choosing the biggest dildo in her collection, and peek out to see Junior there. Lauren speaks to him through a crack in the door, telling him Walter doesn't like strange men. We learn that Taylor has a praise kink because the good girl Junior lets out upon learning Walter is, in fact, a lady dog, has her making a sound like a dying whale. The roommates promise to save Lauren if she climbs into Junior's lap, and then she finally goes outside to talk to him, where she learns just how much Junior has been helping her over the past decade. She finally agrees to go to the party after he has thoroughly apologized to her. Do you remember what he was doing to protect her?
I really don't. Genuinely, I don't.
Didn't resonate
It
with either of us.
It clearly was super important. To the person who liked this book, on Fable, just let us know.
Yeah.
We know that you read it more carefully than us. Alright, it's Allie and Josh's engagement party. Junior picks Lauren up in his car. They head over to Allie's house. And not much happens at the party, but it seems like maybe Lauren knows Josh is the faceless man because she says to Allie Oxenfree after checking out Josh's tattoos. The ladies fawn over the cats and mostly mingle with each other, leaving Junior to talk to Tyler, who he tolerates, and Josh, who he somehow ropes into his plan to get out of the mob. Junior enjoys the feeling of normalcy that bringing Lauren to this party gives him, and he also figures out exactly how Josh shook Nico off him. Basically, Josh threatened to destroy the Troche family, and Junior knows this is his way to get out. Family is everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you haven't read Lights Out, go back and read that first, because this is a big
You need it.
connection to the first book.
Yeah.
It's not going to make sense.
So this is a series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, this is book 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Allie and Josh from the first one, right? So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. They head back to Lauren's place after the party, and Lauren is feeling a bit sleepy, but her tune quickly changes when Junior asks her if he can come inside. C-O-M-E, not C-U-M.
Yeah. Sickos.
She runs inside to give her roommate the heads up and only finds Ryan, who tells Lauren they'll walk Walter to give her and Junior some alone time, claiming they need to go get food because it's Taylor's turn to cook and she's with her boyfriend. Again. Once they make it to Lauren's bedroom, Junior takes it in. She shows him that she wasn't wearing underwear again, and he throws her on the bed, kissing her before telling her to grab onto the headboard and sit on his face. She doesn't do exactly what he wants her to do, right his face, immediately, despite his urging, so he spanks her. Once she climaxes, it seems like they're gearing up to get down and dirty when Junior's phone rings, interrupting again. It should be noted that Lauren calls him Nick, and he tells her he never wants to hear her call him Junior again. They talk about being more than casual, and despite Lauren being afraid, she agrees. They emerge to find all the roommates, plus Jackson, waiting in the living room. Walter tries to charge, but Nick exercises his alphaness, commanding Walter to stop before allowing the dog to charge and sniff him. He kisses Lauren on the forehead as he leaves, telling her he will try to come back, but can't make any promises. And Junior was super stoked to be in her room because that's where she does all of her filming. So they entered and he was like, oh my god.
Like Allie and fucking Josh's house,
Yes.
damn. I genuinely have no idea what the mission actually was because I was so caught off guard by what happens in this chapter. Junior shows up at this location of the mission and is spying on people on board this ship. When one of the men turns around, Junior recognizes him. It's Tyler. And Junior's like, you're in finance my ass. So he calls up his men, tells them to cover him and that he's going on the ship. He and Tyler talk, and he realizes that Tyler is the bookie for the landlord who owns Velvet. and the landlord owes a ton of money to Tyler. So Junior tells Tyler he's willing to pay off the debt, and Tyler doesn't want to give up less than the $2 million the landlord owes, but Junior kind of blackmails him, telling Tyler that he'll tell Josh if Tyler doesn't agree to help. So Tyler's like, "Fine, I guess, as long as you and I can be partners in some scheme." I don't really remember. I think that I stopped paying attention in this chapter.
There was just so much information, like them being all tactical and like tactical gear, but then they just get on a boat in the tactical gear. Like, is it necessary?
Yeah.
Like,
Tyler's there.
we're like, what was this build up for?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And Tyler is from book 1, just to fill you in, Philly. So we have Allie and Josh in book 1, and Tyler is Allie's ex-boyfriend, but Josh's roommate. So that's how they're all connected, and they get thrown into this book willy-nilly.
Yep.
And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But you should know that the 3rd book that's coming out is about Tyler.
Okay.
Okay, and that's why I think he was just tossed in here
Yes.
with some epic backstory where he's not in finance. Anyway.
Looking forward. Okay, let's get ready for the 3rd act conflict. Lauren spends a sleepless night worried about Nick. When he finally texts her in the wee hours of the morning, she's able to fall asleep. The next morning, she heads over to her family deli to hash things out with her sister. She wants answers about their father, and Kristen has them. We learn that Kristen is 6 months pregnant with baby number 3 and is a raging bitch. Biatch.
I said biatch.
You said biatch. I said bitch. My bad.
She meant it.
I did. She tells Lauren that the last person seen with her father was Nico Trochi. You know, the dad of the asshole you fucked in high school, to be exact. Lauren and Kristen end up fighting, and when the yelling escalates to the point of waking one of the children, Kristen kicks Lauren out. Lauren thinks Junior getting close to her was an act to abandon her again, and she vows to make him regret seeking her out again.
So Junior's with McKinney, who is the landlord of Velvet in this chapter, bartering for ownership of the building in return for covering his gambling debts. McKinney doesn't give up easily, but cutting off his finger with pliers seems to give Junior the upper hand. After his deal's complete, he calls Tyler to fill him in, then checks Lauren's location, only to find that she's in his apartment. When he gets there, she attacks, and he grabs her by the neck, slams her against the wall because he doesn't realize that it's her attacking him. She starts screaming at him that she knows he killed her father, and they argue back and forth before Junior's temper flares, and he screams at her that he did. She breaks down crying, and then he lets her walk away from him.
It was kind of odd.
Yeah, it was super strange.
Came out of nowhere.
She wasn't even close to her dad, it didn't seem. So it's like, okay, and
Like, why are you so upset that he's missing?
who cares? You didn't even hang out with him or whatever because he was flaky.
Yeah. So Lauren spends a few days in misery. You know, the type of misery where you don't shower, you don't eat, and you look like death. It's that. Junior shows up at her house and walks right in like he owns the place. Places the deed to the building Velvet is housed in, and then gets ready to leave. Because he's wearing gloves, Lauren is convinced he's here to kill her because he kind of sneaks up to her room.
Mm-hmm.
She's yelling, thinking it's one of the roommates, and here comes Junior.
With gloves.
Wearing gloves and the deed to the building. Lauren's like, oh fuck, he's here to kill me.
I thought it was stupid.
She said it was ridiculous. They make up before he tells her that Tommy's not actually dead, but is instead doing work for Lorenzo in the motherland, and he has video proof. She cries. He tells her he's sorry. She tells him he didn't deserve her wrath. He tells her he did, and then he drops the bomb that the reason he abandoned her in high school is because her dad threatened to kill him if he continued to be with her.
It was so dumb. All right, so third act conflict over. He tells her that her dad found her diary and threatened him, but that his father also implied he'd hurt Lauren if Nick continued to see her. She ends up telling him she forgives him for the other day, and then she manages to get him naked, and they hate fuck. This whole book has basically been a tease for this moment. Lauren asks if she can come to the next family dinner, and then Nick outlines his and Josh's plan for him to get out of the mob. They finally fuck, and it's chapter 31, and we literally only have 3 chapters left to cover.
Didn't they fuck in the confessional?
It was just the tip.
It was just the tip.
It was just a tip?
There was no full penetration.
No, it was just a tip.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Right, Mormons? It doesn't count. Just a tip.
Yeah.
Just a tip.
It was like,
That counts, bro.
what do you call it? Soaking.
So
Yeah.
It was essentially like soaking.
Yeah. There was no thrusting. It didn't count.
The baseball guys that were outside, they're like shaking the confessional
Yeah.
around.
Right, Mormons?
Just like that. Okay, so this is the build up to family dinner. Josh is pissed that Nico Sr. threatened Lauren. Allie walks him off the ledge. Everyone drinks several martinis. Lauren doesn't pull any punches, proudly talking about her work week with Sr. I'm feeling like there's a lot to resolve and not a lot of pages left to do so.
Junior finally tells Nico he wants out and exactly what he plans to do. You're good. Nico decides to throw a glass at his head and damn near choke his son to death. Lauren uses her taser on him, and then Josh pukes because of the smell of burning flesh. Allie takes him outside, and then Lauren and Junior leave. I'm sorry, the puking because of the smell of burning flesh is so funny.
It was so dramatic.
Josh doesn't like the smell of burning flesh because his father was a serial killer, and he once fed
What the fuck?
he once fed the neighborhood the flesh of the victims. Like, he made burgers out of the people that he killed, and so Josh is a vegetarian.
No, he's vegan. He's
He's
vegan now.
He's vegan.
The craziest lore. It
Yeah.
makes no sense. They're
makes
just,
sense.
they're just
He's just like, what?
He's puking, and Allie's like, come on, honey, it's okay. The quartet decides they're going to host their own family dinners from now on. Yeah, I am leaving out a lot of detail. If you want to know more, the book is there.
Go read it.
Go read it.
Or don't.
support. Yeah.
Go support
Go support.
Navessa because we love her.
Yeah, go support.
We do. We love her. 2 months later, and our pair are performing their first scene at Velvet in the bondage room.
So Nick and Lauren are
Mhm.
putting on a show.
Yeah.
You
They
got
are
it?
on
Yeah.
the stage. Nick tells Lauren he loves her, and she tells him she loves him too. Taylor immediately breaks the tension for Lauren, who points out it's not weird that her friends are there because they've always been together while filming. Nick ties her up, and it turns both of them on immensely to be watched. Also of note, Nick's parents are in couples therapy at this.
Yeah, remember because Moira was super pissed that Nico was like choking him out?
Oh, yes.
Oh god, it was so dumb. Okay, so anyway, the epilogue of the book is it's family dinner at Josh and Allie's. It's pure chaos.
Mhm.
There's nothing really of note.
Tyler
also,
brings a guest,
Yeah.
and
we're basically using the epilogue to set Tyler up for his own book. It was a 3.25 star read for me.
Mhm.
I'm going to say same.
Yeah, it was
Actually,
fine. Will
it
you,
just-
will you read the one review that we got on Fable for the Smut Clerk? So somebody actually left
Did
a
we get
review.
one?
We did. Somebody left a review on Fable, and we're going to read theirs. So for me, it was just mediocre compared to Lights Out. I wouldn't like write off Navessa as an author. I will read Tyler's book just because I'm curious. What did you think?
I'll be honest. This is my first exposure to this type of I'll be honest. I've never read something like this
Mhm.
before. So, or like listened to someone talk about it and summarize it.
Let me know if you want recommendations.
Well, I mean, I mainly read like nonfiction and history. So like this is. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't expecting any of this. So this was definitely. I don't know. It felt kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, it was. This is a little bit of a train wreck. Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
mic down.
A little bit of a train wreck over here.
It was just, it felt like she needed to pick
Something.
a plot and
Mhm.
stick with it, but it was
Mhm.
like, we're going to be, trying to gain rights for sex workers. And then it was like, rent control, and then let's finally hook up. Like, there was not. And then he's in the mafia, but he hates it, but we don't ever talk about the mafia.
Right.
Like, no
Yeah.
details whatsoever. Like,
And what does he do for the mafia? Oh, it doesn't say? Okay.
I mean, I guess he takes care of people.
Yeah.
In the first book, they talk about,
Gets the fucking rats and he disposes
The
of the fucking
rats.
rats.
The Reds.
in the first book, they have a connection in the hospital morgue.
Mhm.
So we know that they can dispose of bodies that way,
Mhm.
but it's never talked about in this
Yeah.
book.
Oh, that would have been kind of cool. Like, no cap.
Yeah, I wanted to know more about the mafia.
For the TikTok, I want you all to drop your favorite memes. that you've seen for this book? Because I have one and I'm going to share it in the comments.
I don't think I've seen any.
Oh my
I'll
God.
probably start to see them now that we've talked
Yeah.
about it.
Now that your phone's been listening to us.
Okay.
Yours too. God bless your ads.
My ads are going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to read a review from Isia. I hope I'm saying that right, so shout out to you and thank you for being part of our Smut Club on Fable.
Thanks for participating.
She gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, and she says, "What was all the hullabaloo about? Why did people hate this book? I liked it. Nico and Lo, second chance romance, mob ties, happily ever after. Cameos from our favorite Allie and Josh. Cats, a silly dog, super spice. Come on! This was great. Looking forward to the next one."
So if there's so maybe that's why I'm a bit out of the loop. It sounds like there's a universe here. It sounds like there's a Marvel universe
There
of
is.
people fucking and in the mafia
Yeah.
and like serial killer dads.
Yeah. Josh's dad's a serial killer.
Dude,
He's called the Ken doll killer.
Yeah,
because he's so
fucking sexy.
So yeah, I think that what is there, one book before this?
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely feeling like a Marvel universe type of thing. So I can see why someone likes it.
Yeah. And if you haven't already listened to our episode about Lights Out, it's called The Chuck Chair. And we'll link it down below.
The Chuck chair.
The Chuck Chair. That's what Kelly called it, not the cuck chair, the Chuck Chair. So that's it. That's all we've got. You can stay tuned for the next book that we'll read. I am almost done with the book that I'm reading, so maybe the next episode can be me. We are going to take a little bit of a break. I am going to Japan, so we're going to be out of the loop for a little while, but we'll be back to regularly scheduled program soon. Okay, Tony, don't get your panties in a twist.
Yeah, Tony, calm down.
Tony, please chill out, man.
Literally. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks, Philly, for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
We'll see you all soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends.
I have
Yep.
a quick question.
Yeah.
Did you guys plan that?
I bought them for us.
She got me these. I just opened them before we came in
I
here.
bought us slippers.
I literally saw. I was like,
So
they had an outfit and
So
everything.
the little footstools to put our feet up on, a nice little rug in here,
Some
Oh.
blankies.
some blankies, some wallpaper behind us. It's gonna be cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
wait.
Just wait. After I come home from Japan. I
And
need to
we'll,
have a little spending money out there.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I need some souvenirs.
I'll get you something.
Philly and I.
I'll think about getting him something. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna include him in the thumbnail.